What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Deaths of Deasia. Tonight we will be talking about the way Lil Boosie has been backpedaling on Vlad TV and the way he went from being the self-proclaimed realest in the game to actually working with rats. So I know y'all know everything that had went down between Lil Boosie and T.I. and the debacle on social media. So Lil Boosie went onto Vlad TV and he spoke about Terrence Gangsta Williams being a rat because Terrence Gangsta Williams went to prison for some bodies. And what he did to get out of prison, he told on some people that were deceased, and he was working with the police and everything in order for him to be able to get out. So Boosie went onto Vlad TV going in on Gangsta Williams. He was talking about how he got to write him about the G book. He don't have any respect for him anymore, and he's a rat. He had a lot of energy towards Gangsta. So T.I. ended up going on to a podcast, and he was talking about how he ended up telling on somebody that was deceased in order to cut his time and for him to get out of jail. And y'all know that T.I. and Boosie, they're real cool and everything like that. So Boosie ends up coming back on Vlad TV. Vlad asked him about, his thoughts on T.I. talking about the same thing that Gangsta Williams said, right? So of course of course Boosie had to keep that same energy. So he went in and he was saying that he don't stand on that. He's the realest in the game. He's the only one left out here that's keeping it real, that's standing on code, that's standing on business. And he said that he don't really believe that T.I. said that, but if he did, T.I. did that, but if he did, he said that T.I. is a rat too. In the interim, Boosie and T.I., they had a reality show that was in the works, and they also had a collaborative album that they were going to release, right? In the Vlad interview, when Boosie was going in on T.I., Boosie said that he was no longer going to work with T.I., and he was not going to drop the album or what have you. And so they went back and forth on the internet. T.I. did this whole paperwork release party where he was walking around with his paperwork, showing people his paperwork and things like that, saying that he really didn't do what he said. Basically, he made it seem like he was just talking on the interview when he said that he told on dead people. He went to the grave and his dead relative came to him and told him that it was okay to tell it. And so T.I. said that he was just playing, right? So that was the thing. Following that, T.I. and Boosie ended up hashing it out because, of course, they have kids that love each other, they homeboys and everything. So they ended up working it out. Boosie goes on Vlad. You know how Vlad, he chops up his videos and clips and everything. The first clip was Boosie saying that he ended up apologizing to T.I. and talking about how, you know, T.I. helped him in so many ways, and they ended up squashing it for on behalf of the kids and all of that. I really felt like that was a character flaw for Lil Boosie because my thing is this: if this is if T.I. is really your homeboy and somebody that you rock with, I don't know who these people are that Boosie is saying that is looking up to him to be the realest or whatever. But if T.I. is somebody that he really rock with for real, and he didn't like the fact that T.I. allegedly snitched on some dead people, Boosie could have very well just got on that Vlad interview and said, "Hey, I don't know the details of what's going on. I've never talked to Tip about this. I don't really believe that he did that. I think he just be talking. It might be satire. It might be sarcasm. Y'all know how Tip is. I'm going to have to follow up with him and get the details on it. That's the only thing I could tell y'all about that. I ain't going to speak on it no further than that because I don't really know for sure because I haven't talked to this man." And what I know about his character, he ain't the type of guy to do this. Now, there's some stand up stuff. Boosie was standing up for the wrong things. He was approaching the conversation all wrong. He was showing out for these invisible people who don't even matter. And to me, I felt like he threw his partner up under the bus. Yeah, he could have very well disagreed with T.I. telling on the dead people if that's how he really felt or whatever the case may be. But he didn't have to go up on him on that Vlad interview the way that he did. And now he backpedaling or whatever the case may be, because he know that he losing out on real money to appease some fake people that don't exist. And that's the reason why I've been telling people for a long time, Boosie ain't who y'all think he is. Like I was able to read between the lines when it came to Boosie a long time ago. A long time ago. Because real gangsters don't do all that talking that Boosie be doing. They not acting out the way Boosie be acting out. He got too much to say. He talk too much. And he don't know how to evade questions and keep it real like he say he is. It's a way to, answer a question and keep it real without throwing people up under the bus and relinquishing your integrity and burning bridges. And Boosie, he has yet to learn how to do that. So now he's looking like a damn fool on Vlad once again. Another clip drop what Boosie was talking about. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, we talk, we still gonna go ahead and do the reality show, bruh. We gonna do the reality show, and then the album is probably on the way, because that's what I really, really wanted to do. And I was that reason why I was mad at T.I., because when he said that, it messed up the fact that I was doing an album with him. Yeah, bro. So we still, we still working on it. I'm paraphrasing. That's basically how he was acting on Vlad. Like, yeah, we still, everything is still moving forward. So here's my thing with Boosie. Boosie, if you felt as though you were standing up for some type of principles and you were standing on business by denouncing T.I. to begin with, how you think you look where you turning around, you spinning a block, and you're like, now I'm gonna work with him. Now you're supposed to be the spokesperson of the real niggas that's left, or whatever the case may be. So the people who follow you, they're looking at it like, well, as soon as you say, okay, this man is a rat, I ain't working with him, or whatever the case may be, they riding with you on that. Now all of a sudden you're spinning a block and you're saying, hey, you know what? We talked about it as men, we got some understanding. So we're moving forward with our projects. Now the people don't want the project. Like I said in a video previously on the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast, when we went live on a Friday, I said that the album is still gonna come out, but it's gonna either be like happening the way that it's happening now, where they ended up squashing it, or it's gonna be a thing where it end up getting leaked. But the album is still gonna come out. In my opinion, since Boosie want to be this real nigga, whatever the case may be, which, let's be very clear, I feel like his whole thought process on the whole thing is really stupid when in the grand schemes. But if he wanted to save face and still try to show up as the realest one left, then they should have played it in a way where it actually leaked. Because I definitely feel like what's gonna happen, and this is gonna piss me off. I feel like what's gonna happen on this reality show is that they gonna play this whole thing into it that they had going on with the Vlad interview and them going back and forth on the internet. I think Boosie and T.I. is gonna tie all of this into the reality show and make it seem like it was just a whole publicity stunt. And I feel like it was like that anyway, but at the same time, it's gonna really look bad on Boosie part, because at the end of the day, Tipster got the upper hand. You had to apologize to this man. This man done called you out on social media. He also damn near dropped a diss record with him and Kevin Gates, the active song or whatever the case may be. So T.I. got the upper hand in this situation. And I'm not one to promote any beef. They shouldn't be beefing. But Boosie put that energy out there, right? And Boosie made it seem like, he was the realest one in it. T.I., he won at the end of the day, and Boosie, he got to eat crow. He looks crazy right now. He really ain't that nigga that people think he is, so it is what it is. I don't know how a T.I. and a Boosie album is going to sound. I think it probably be all right for the culture. It probably be something that is something that'll come out that we didn't think we needed. You know how sometimes you get those projects and you be like, it's one of those projects that we didn't think we need and the people are here for it. But I really feel as though Boosie be letting Vlad play him a little bit, and Boosie don't know how to really market himself, because if he was going to spin the block and still work with T.I., they should have just came out with a bang. He shouldn't have started this apology tour, and he shouldn't have started this whole thing of this conversation of, where, oh yeah, I had to check myself and all of that. They just should have kind of did it behind closed doors and just dropped that bitch. And then everybody be like, damn, like, okay, the album really dropped or whatever, what's going on, and kind of kept that suspense of there actually being an issue, which we know it's not an issue for real because they have been seen in photographs and everything together. But I think that would have been more of a better marketing scheme than how he's going about it, because he got two things going on. You want to promote the projects that you got going up, but you also don't want people to look at you in a certain light. You also want to maintain whatever image that you have. And the more and more these so-called gangsters get on the internet and they go live, they really show their hand that they really not who people think they are. And it's absolutely okay. But I don't like the fact that they have been putting out these negative images so long where people look up to them and aspire to be how they are, and they turn up to be just like soft like putty. I don't like that. And Boosie, at this particular point, he owes Gangsta Williams an apology. I need him to go live on his Instagram and Twitter, wherever he be going live at. I need him to go live, and he needs to give Gangsta an apology too, because Gangsta ain't have no dealings with him. Gangsta had he was not in proximity with Boosie at all, right? He was in no proximity with Boosie at all. Like, they are not in an alignment with each other at all. There is nothing that Gangsta can do or say that had any bearing on the image of Boosie. But he's in close proximity with T.I., right? So you're willing to work with this guy that you called a rat and a whole lot of people think is a rat. You're willing to work with him and you're willing to squash things with him. I feel like he owe Gangsta an apology, because like Gangsta just caught a blow for no damn reason at this particular point. If you're gonna work with T.I., then give Gangsta an apology, because obviously you okay with people snitching on dead people. It is what it is. And as far as, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole on whether or not telling on a dead person is snitching or not. That's beyond me now. We've had that conversation time and time again. I'm not gonna delve into that. But on the surface, if you can actually work with somebody that you have deemed a rat previously in interviews, whether it was true or not that this man told, you owe somebody an apology who has said to do the same thing, whether true or not, right? They both were deemed a rat in your opinion based on the same type of statements. So at this point, Lil Boosie, you owe the same apology that you gave to T.I., you owe Gangsta Williams that same apology. That's just how I feel about it. And Boosie needs to quit. I ain't gonna even say that Boosie need to quit letting Vlad play him, because here's the thing about Vlad. Vlad is just gonna ask the questions. You gotta answer the questions how you gonna answer the questions. And I think that a lot of people look at Vlad TV as a leap pad in their career. And yes, he has a large audience, and it's definitely going to get some eyes on you and your content or whatever it is that you're doing. But you ain't gotta show your whole hand when you go on there. That's all I'm saying. I think a lot of people look at Vlad and be like, "Oh, he's a culture vulture and everything." And in a sense, he can be viewed as that. But you gotta understand, the culture is running to him. So if y'all jump on there and y'all feel like that's the best thing smoking and that's where y'all going, then it is what it is. I'm gonna tell y'all a little piece of my business, because I don't like when people do shit like this. So Gangsta Boo brother is my classmate. Like that's the homie. We like message each other, talk here and there, all of that, or whatever the case may be. Just got through talking to the man this morning. You get what I'm saying? Um, when all of that stuff was going down with Country Black and Gangsta Boo brother getting into it, and people was accusing Gangsta Boo brother of lacing blunts and all this, and that whole thing that went about with Gangsta Boo and her passing. Um, because that's my partner, I was like, bro, you need to come on to the show, and you need to come onto the show and you need to clear your name, because Crunchy going off on you, and you know he be on Vlad and all of that. He got somewhat of a platform, Crunchy do, and the internet is going crazy, like running your name in the dirt. And I know you for your work. You know what I'm saying? I know what type of guy you are, whatever the case may be. I'm like, bro, you need to come on the show, and we need to talk about this. And previously, before he had got out of prison, he was talking about, man, home team, I like what you're doing. I can't wait to get out. I got music dropping or whatever. I'm gonna have to jump on that jump with you. You know what I'm saying? You and your co-host and everything. I got to get on there, do a show with you and everything. So my whole thing was just a genuine, like, we showing love. We from the same hood or whatever the case may be. We showing love. You see what I'm doing out here or whatever. I know what you got going on. So it's like, boom, as soon as you get up out of there, we finna do something together. That's what that was. He always sent me motivation and all this old kind of stuff. So when Boo passed away, and Country Black going off, it was a whole lot of steam behind everything that was going on. My thing was, look, I'm not finna ask you no incriminating shit. We finna just get the business clear. We finna just clear the air or whatever. So I had hit him up, and I was like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? My condolences, woo woo woo. And would you be interested in coming on the show? Because he had told me once before he was gonna come on the show, and then it was some stuff that had came up. He ended up not being able to make it. Okay, that's cool. So boom. Fast forward, I'm like, all this controversy going on, and you need some type of platform somewhere where you could go and speak your speech and say your piece and clear your name, right? Offer him to come on to the show. He was like, yeah. So when it came up of us arranging for him to come on, his energy changed, because I guess in the interim, he started getting hit up by larger platforms, one being Vlad. So now he trying to hit me in my pocket, talking about, well, I'm supposed to be going on the interview with Vlad or whatever. Vlad talking about I guess he finna pay him or whatever the case may be. I ain't got shit to give you, you know what I'm talking about, but a microphone. Only thing I could give you is a microphone for you to tell what you need to say. You get what I'm talking about? So you know what I'm saying, help me out with a little something, put a little something, cash out. I'm not cash apping you shit, bro. Not a goddamn thing. And guess what? The Vlad interview didn't come through. Now the nigga, he's spinning a block talking about some, what's up? Let's get an interview together because I'm finna do a show with Finesse 2 Time. Nigga, you gonna be the nigga that's on the stage looking at Finesse 2 Time doing the show. Quit playing with me. So I'm like, hell no, because you curved me and you tried to play with me for Vlad. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people do. Like, people say that Vlad is a culture vulture, but the culture runs to Vlad. Y'all not coming to platforms that's building and growing, that's really gonna make sure y'all get y'all real stories out and not exploit what's going on, because we really care about you and whoever it is that you're talking about or whatever. Instead, y'all want to run over there, and that's cool. Ain't no hate, but quit saying that the main is a culture vulture when y'all running y'all ass over there telling every damn thing. He ain't got no pistol to y'all head. He just asking a question, and y'all just running y'all mouth, hoping y'all can get a viral moment, and y'all gonna fuck around and find out. And that's what always end up happening. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I go on Vlad TV. You hear me? If that man call me right now with like, hey, Deasia, I need to do an interview with you. You think I ain't gonna go? I'm gonna go on Vlad TV too. But I know how to conduct myself when I go over there. You get what I'm talking about? It ain't not gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be, oh, he a culture vulture. You can't eat off a motherfucker that ain't feeding you. You get what I'm saying? Only how he gonna be a culture vulture if you feeding him. You get what I'm saying? So it's ways to conduct interviews and not put everything out there, throw people under the bus, and relinquish your integrity. Boosie have yet to figure that out. He keep on going over there, and the more and more he goes over there, the more and more he just started looking like a straight up character. You get what I'm saying? And I noticed something with Vlad. Vlad don't like people that don't in his hand, because Vlad, he sat up there talking about on academics. He had said that Charleston White banned from his show. He ain't gonna post Charleston White no more because of things that he has said that out of line. But yet in the same breath, Vlad be having the killers on his show, the gang bangers, the everybody that done did any type of crime damn near on his show. But all of a sudden you got a problem with somebody that's talking and going off and just saying shit, and they in character or whatever. Granted, it's a lot of stuff that Charleston White be saying I can't rock with it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just not me. It's not one of those things where I do feel like sometimes you could go too far with whatever it is that you're doing. I don't care whether it's in character or if it's not in character. You can overdo anything. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we got to get to the point where we got to check ourselves, and we got to realize we don't went a little bit too far. And sometimes when pride and ego is mixed in with you going to a certain level, you feel like you already there now. So you can't turn back around. You got to just go even harder. You got to go with the gusto. And that's when you end up in situations that you can't turn back from. You get what I'm saying? And I'm sure it's been times where all of us have been there. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I rock with everything, but I do understand the dynamic, and I do understand the hypocrisy, and I do understand the contradiction of Vlad sitting up there on academics talking about, oh, I can't rock with Charleston, but you got people that's really doing. You had Gangsta Williams on your show. This nigga whole serial killer. You ain't denounced him. You was running for an interview for this man. He's a whole serial killer. You have all kinds of people that you've exploited violence. You've exploited gang culture. You've exploited criminals. Like it's all of this stuff is on your platform, but all of a sudden it's like I gotta detach myself from this person. If anything, people need to detach from you because you got plenty of content, Vlad. You got a whole bunch of content out there with people who actually have served time for doing some of these heinous crimes that Charleston White just sit up and just be making fun or whatever the case may be, playing in character. You can't go pull up no paperwork and say he did any of that shit that he be saying. But yet and still you will have guys that's on your platform that really did this shit. But now all of a sudden, this is where you draw the line. I ain't buying it. And this is not no plea to, petition for somebody to be on the platform or whatever the case may be. This is just calling out the bullshit. And this is also calling out the people, my people, the culture. And people sitting up here talking about Vlad, he a culture vulture, but y'all running y'all ass over there and letting him eat off y'all. But if it's one of us, we trying to come up or whatever the case may be, y'all do the same shit Gangsta Boo brother did. Oh, no, I got a Vlad interview now. I'm finna go over here on Vlad. Or you finna pop your collar on us. You know what I'm talking about? Send me something. You gotta show me what you're working with. Put your money where your mouth feels and all that. Boy, go on. I've been blocked your ass. Like, fuck is you talking about? You get what I'm talking about? I sit up on this bitch by myself or with my brothers on the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast every Friday, and we'll just get it out the mud. Nigga don't need you to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? For anything, it's a privilege and an honor to sit amongst our motherfucking asses. Fuck is you talking about? So I'm like, I'm not about to sweating you. Going on. No. I do everybody like that. Cause one thing for sure is it's gonna pop off. It's gonna do what it needs to do. So while we're being invited, you better accept the invitation, because it's gonna be a point in time where you better have to pay us to sit in front of us. You get what I'm talking about? So don't even play me like that. I ain't with none of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm never that friendly or never that concerned. You get what I'm saying? But I really do feel like Boosie need to check himself for real. Raw Truth said, "Is this live right now?" Yes, it is. I'm live. Saran said, "Hey, pretty, hey, boo, blue girl, it's the Asia." Yes, indeed, blue girl. Boosie has lost his swagger. He used to be known as a real one type of rapper, and now he's just a regular. No one is scared of him anymore. Yes, indeed. If y'all out there watching, y'all haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. To be honest, Boosie himself, and that's why I would try to tell people, Boosie not no trigger man. Boosie, he's more so of a mastermind. Like, he be having crash dummies and stuff up under him. Boosie not the trigger man. So I don't even know why at this point in time Boosie think that he still have that fear factor, because the veil has been lifted. We see what it is, but outside of that, my thing is Boosie need to go ahead, give Gangsta that apology. I would be interested in watching the reality show with Boosie and T.I. and I don't know if it's gonna be the kids doing their thing, because I don't want to see King. King irritates the hell out of me. I don't want to see too much of King. But I wouldn't mind seeing a reality show. I'll watch their reality show or whatever. Their album, I listen to the album too. I know a lot of people who rock with Boosie that felt like he backpedaled and he's working with rats and everything right now. A lot of them say they don't want the album, but I'm pretty sure if it dropped, they'll listen to it, but it is what it is. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the whole thing. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about it. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the Death of the Asia, as well as the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. On the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast, we air every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We also have a homeroom edition where we just jump on there. That's hosted by my brother Heezy, the dean of all things hip hop, where he get on there, do his thing, talk about, things that's trending throughout the week. So we got a whole lot of things coming up, and we just gonna keep on applying the pressure and We just gonna have to get it how we live or whatever the case may be. Because one thing we gonna do over here is we gonna remain solid, and it is what it is. And we gonna do our thing how we want to do our thing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop us or tell us nothing. You know, and motherfuckers just gonna have to get in where they fit in. With that being said, Boosie, you ain't that nigga you say you is. How you know, Quan? Cause I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know. You ain't that nigga you say you is.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.